Hey guys, so in today's video, I'm doing a tutorial on this makeup look that I posted on my Instagram around a week ago, about a week ago. This eyeshadow in the center is part of the Kathleen Lights Color Pop collab. And the shade, which you guys know, if you follow me on Snapchat or on Periscope, you know I've been like babbling on and on and on about this eyeshadow color. Not only the quad, all 4 of the colors of the Kathleen Lights collab are amazing. She did a phenomenal job on coming up with these 4 colors. It's definitely something I've never seen before. But this color in particular is my favorite. And you guys know I hate pronouncing words. I always say this word wrong. Telepathy. It just sounds...
Yeah, it sounds a little off.
I'm still saying it wrong. Telepathy. Yeah! Oh, emphasis on the E. Telepathy. Wow, I'm probably gonna lose it tonight. Next time I try and say I'm gonna lose it. Anyway, this shade is like, there is no other eyeshadow like this out there. And when I first saw that this color was part of the collection, I could not wait to get my hands on it. And when I swatched it, I was not disappointed. I wasn't disappointed with any of the shades, but this one is by far my favorite. But that's the main focus of this eyeshadow today. It's that telepathy color in the center. Also, I will be doing a more in-depth swatching and review of this quad in my next hot new shit video that I will be filming this week. So I'm not gonna be talking about all the shades today, just this one in particular. That's what I'm gonna be doing today, so let's go ahead and get started. So I'm gonna start out by applying my favorite eyeshadow base. This one is from MAC, the 24-Hour Extend Eye Base. You guys know I love this one. It is my current go-to eyeshadow primer. And then I just like to set it with a little bit of sheer setting powder. You can use translucent powder, whatever it might be. I do this because it helps to prevent the eyeshadow from skipping or from doing anything crazy that I don't want it to do. Okay. Now we're going straight into Sienna. This is the color from Anastasia Beverly Hills. My favorite really warm eyeshadow color. I thought this color would be perfect because it complements that greenish yellow eyeshadow that we're gonna be using on the center of the lid. So I'm gonna be applying this to the crease using a Makeup Geek soft dome brush, which I am loving this brush right now. It says in the name it's soft, and it really is very soft. It helps to prevent your eyeshadow from skipping because it is so soft. So I'm gonna be adding the Sienna pretty heavily to the crease area, and then also on the inner and outer corners of the eye. So I like to show the application in regular time and then move it on, speed it up a little bit for like the other eye and stuff. But let me know what you guys think. I like to do slow to start with, but then the other eye, I speed it up. Let me know, thank you. All right, now I'm coming in with Americano from Makeup Geek. You guys know I love this eyeshadow color also, which is it's in my Life palette. This is a much deeper, kind of like a burgundy or maroon based brown color. Very, very smoky. It adds a really nice smokiness to the eye. So I'm gonna be applying this using the Makeup Geek Defined Crease brush, which is also a really amazing brush, especially for what I'm gonna be doing here. So I'm smoking it out on the outer V of the eye. We're gonna take it into the crease all the way to the inner corner of the eye, and then also smoking it on the inner corner of the eye. I hope that makes sense. I'm pretty sure it makes sense. We're gonna be creating like a halo effect here. I love doing halo eyeshadow looks because I feel like they complement so many different eye shapes. Not only that, but it's like you can get that smoky eye look on the inner and outer corner, but you can still have that bright pop, that what I like to call the surprise on the center of the eye. Like you could put any color, pigment, shimmer, glitter, anything, and I feel like it just always looks really, really cool. So since I'm not doing another transition color, like something lighter than Sienna, I spend a lot of time blending this just to make sure the Americano blends really nicely into Sienna, and there's not too many harsh lines in the eye. So I spend more time blending on this particular look than I would in other ones. I have this really interesting redness like right in between my eyebrows. I don't know what it is. It looks like I may have been scratched, but it's there every day. So I'm not really sure what's going on there. It's just red. It's just agitated. All right, and now it's just time to smoke out that lower lash line. So using Sienna and a Morphe E36 brush, I'm just gonna build it up on the lower lash line. I do not take it all the way to the inner corner just because I feel like it kind of makes my eye, it gives my eye a weird shape when I do that. So I'm not gonna be doing that, but I start with Sienna and then I layer on Americano on top of that. Now I'm just taking a Bdellium 776 brush, just a clean blending brush, has no eyeshadow on it, and just buffing out the outer corners of the eye just to make it look nice and blended. And now for the waterline color, I'm using one of the ColourPop cream liners, the pencil one. Yes. This is in the color Best O, and this is a nice deepened burgundy shade. So I want to do something a little bit more burgundy instead of going with my regular dark brown. And I do love these ColourPop liners, by the way. I think they work really well, they don't run, and they're really inexpensive, and they have a lot of cool colors. All right, so now we're moving on to the lid. I'm adding a little bit more of the MAC eye base that I used on my whole lid, just to the center of my lid, so it's nice and fresh and moist for the ColourPop shadow. And this is the ColourPop shadow I'm using, Telepathy, from the Kathleen Lights collab. Such an amazing color. I also want to do a quick swatch for you guys so you can see it. It's a beautiful, like, yellowy, greenish, chartreuse high shine color. And then I'm going to be adding that to my lid using the Color CCE07 brush, which is one of my favorites for using like pigments and stuff like that, mainly because it's synthetic, it's flat, it's just a really nice brush. All right, it's just a really good brush. So I'm going to be packing that all over the center of the lid, kind of making like a box shape. But what I do after I pack it on pretty heavily to the center is I just lightly brush the color out, so that way we have a nice fade and it's not like really harsh in the center. It's always a very gratifying experience for me using a ColourPop shadow because you just know how nicely they work. Like, you know it's always going to be super intense and perfect and shimmery and amazing. Like, they never fail me, and that's why I love them so much. Here I'm just adding a little bit of black liner to my lid. This one is from Kat Von D. And then I'm going to go ahead and put on some mascara. This is the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes mascara, which has been pretty much my go-to mascara as of lately. It's definitely in like my top 5 favorite formulas. And then to clean up my brow a little bit, this is the Benefit Boing concealer in the color Light with a concealer brush. And I just do a little bit. This is essentially like doing a brow highlight. Just a little bit of sculpting around the brow area to kind of make the brow bone stand out a little bit more instead of using like an eyeshadow. Now I'm going to apply some false lashes, and I'm using my Queen Bee lashes and the dark House of Lashes eyelash adhesive. These are the KoKo lashes these are the Queen Bee lashes from KoKo Lashes. If you guys want to see a video on how I trim them and customize them, I will link that video down below. It's very in-depth if you are curious. All right, now we're ready to move on to complexion. I'm going to be using the Makeup Forever HD foundation in the shade number 125. You guys know this has been my go-to foundation as of lately. To do a little bit of highlighting, I'm using the Maybelline Age Rewind. This is in the color Neutralizer, and I swear this color is a lot lighter than what I remember. It is definitely a really bright highlight, but this formula of concealer is really, really nice if you're looking for an affordable highlight type of concealer to use. So I just applied that on my nose and then around my eyes, and I'm going to be buffing it out with a damp beauty blender. Now I'm going to be setting my under eye area using the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder, and this is the e.l.f. Small Tapered brush, one of my favorites to use for the under eye area. So I'm just lightly applying it directly on my under eyes, but keeping my highlight zone clear because I'm going to be adding a cream onto that after. And the cream I'm going to be using is the Benefit What's Up Cream Highlighter. Still looking for a really good drugstore or more affordable option because this stuff is pretty pricey. But I like to warm it up with my finger and then just tap it onto my cheekbone where I will be applying a powder highlighter. And for my powder highlighter today, I'm using the Oh Darling highlight from MAC. I finally managed to get my grubby little paws on it. This one was hard to get. Every time I've tried to purchase it, it was like, I got an email later saying it was canceled, and it was very upsetting to me. But I finally got it. Really gorgeous highlight. And to set the rest of my face today, I'm going to be using the Tarte Smooth operator. This is the pressed finishing powder. Just a really nice way to soften up the skin, blur out any imperfections, instead of using my MAC one today. And this is the Real Techniques Dual Fiber Face Brush, which, you know, I highly recommend the Real Techniques brushes. They're amazing. I know my baby hairs have been like out of control lately in my videos. I don't know what's going on. I think my hair is just breaking away, but I hairsprayed it for you guys today, so I don't have that problem. All right, so now I'm doing my bronzer, and this is the Girlactik bronzer in the color Cabo. Love this bronzer, very neutral undertoned, no oranges in it, so if you're a little bit more pale or fair skinned in the wintertime, this one's really great. For blush, ooh, and then for blush, I'm using this one from Makeup Forever. This is shade number 24. Love this color blush. It is so pretty. I would like to put it in my Life palette, but it's in its own compact, and depotting things gives me anxiety. It's something I'm not interested in doing whatsoever. I don't like it. All right, so now I'm going to dip into my NYX Highlight Contour Kit, just a dash of contour color, add it to my cheekbone, and then I am going to be taking, I'm taking a Morphe E36 brush to add a little bit of shading to the nose area, and I'm using that same NYX contour color. So I'm just adding a little bit of shading to the nose. Now I'm gonna add a little bit of brightness to my under eye area using the Ofra Banana Powder. This one's really nice, very finely milled, and I just love the color that it adds to the eye. It's not too dramatic or extreme. So now I'm gonna be adding a little bit of the Oh Darling highlight to the tip of my nose, and then I am gonna finish off my eyes with some mascara on my lower lashes, which I always forget to do for some reason. And then we are ready to move on to lips. So I'm gonna line my lips with a little bit of the Oak lip liner from MAC. And for lipstick today, I'm using the new Maybelline Vivid Matte Liquid. This is not a liquid lipstick, so it doesn't really dry like liquid lipsticks do. This is more of like a matte kind of lip gloss, is what I would compare it to, I guess. But I love this color. This is in the color Nude Thrill, and I think it just has such a pretty finish. If you have drier lips, I would definitely recommend this formula, the Vivid Matte Liquid, but I have not tried any of the colored ones yet, but just know that I love this one. All right, so that wraps up this makeup tutorial. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments down below. Also, if you have any requests for me to do any looks with the Kathleen Lights ColourPop Quad, because I love it, I really want to do some other looks with it. But yeah, so let me know what you guys thought in the comments down below. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching.